Hi, welcome back to Sherwood Park Farm. I'm CheTranqui, and this tutorial is on the two garden centers that we're going to be using here on Sherwood Park Farms. This is tutorial number 4 of 5. We've already talked about an overview of the map in general. We talked about the lumber mills. We just finished a discussion on the animals and the animal production. So let's look at our two garden centers. We've got two of these guys. One is a vegetable garden down south. We have trees and plants up north. And then we have two seed masters inside our main farm. There's also one extra seed master down at the oak farms. So let's dive on into the game and see what these things actually look like. We've got water required, manure required, and compost required. So each of these three things are pretty standard. Well, at least two of them are pretty standard. That would be our water and our manure. Each greenhouse here, of which we have 5 of them. This one is, it looks like lettuce, and then we have pumpkin, tomato, what is this, watermelon, I think it is, and cauliflower. They each hold 40,000 water, manure, and compost. The manure, you know where that comes from. There's also a very easy way to produce manure on this particular map. But once you have those 3 elements, then your end result is going to spawn in back here. And as you can see, we have 5 different conveyor belts, and there's an auto sell section there at the end of each of these. So it simply automatically produces the pallets, moves them along, and sells them once they reach that point. You don't have to be concerned with anything regarding selling of your garden center products. The only 2 concerns that we really have then are manure and compost. The reason why is because this handy little path will drop you down to the river. So this is a very convenient place to get your water from. Compost is the unique one here, the unique feature here. And as you can see, there's a, I believe this is a compost purchase point for you should you need to purchase it. However, you can also create it. There is, just down the way here, and over the bridge in the BGA is a compost master. The compost master requires diesel and then some sort of biomatter, whatever it might be. It will accept almost everything. I use sawdust from the lumber mill primarily. So that goes in here, the sawdust goes in here, the diesel in there, and then compost comes out the backside there. And that will allow you to fuel it. We'll talk about the BGA in the next video. Nonetheless, that's the concept of the garden center here. I'm going to go ahead and hurry on up. We're just going to jump right there, up north to the other side. Boom. Hello. So as you can see, these beautiful plants, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? These are the results of the other garden center. So up here, we have 4 inputs required: liquid fertilizer and seeds. Both of these only require 10K of each, not 40K, just 10K of each. And then the other 2, compost and water, will accept up to 40K. So these are the normal quantities, whereas seeds and liquid fertilizer are in much lesser quantities. There are 2 of these particular greenhouses up here, and as you can see, they are each connected to 2 outputs. So this is one giant entity right here. You're fueling 2 of them actually when you fill up each of these slots. Now, of these, we already talked about compost. That's made down at the BGA at the compost master. Water here, the closest water that you can get, as far as I know, is the easiest water, is to go down to our cow farm and stop off. Let's see here. We'll go to our cow farm, and we'll just dive down here and pick up water from beside the water mill. So that right there is probably the easiest way. I know that that's a good distance, but that's probably the easiest way to get water into our northern garden centers. Now that said, we're going to jump down here to our main farm real quick because I want to show you guys the seed masters. So we have 2 seed masters here on the southern corner. And our seed master, as you can see, it says I have 24,619. That means that that's how much crop I have in there. That's how many liters of crop that I have in there. I usually put in either wheat or barley. I put in something that has a decently high yield and a low value. Because it doesn't matter what crop goes in there, all you're getting out on the backside is seed. So you put in a crop, and then you see we have 0, I need liquid fertilizer. We put in the crop here, and we put in liquid fertilizer there. And as you can see, when we look inside here, there's nothing yet produced. It discolors. There's discoloration when you have actual seed. So it looks like we have 11,463 seed. So in there somewhere, we should see a little bit of discoloration. It's probably way down there, not even up to the window yet. But this is our seed master. Regular crop, liquid fertilizer, output is actual seed. Bear in mind again that all of our outputs here produced seeds. All of our outputs have actual storage units available for us to utilize. So you can store these seeds if you like, but again, we need 10,000 of them to go up into each of those trees and plants. So that right there is a quick rundown of our 2 garden centers on Sherwood Park Farm. Thanks for joining me. I hope that you learned something and liked it. If so, be sure to like and subscribe down below. And I want to thank you for watching. We have finished off. This is part 4 of 5. We have one more tutorial left, and that's probably one of the most important ones. It's definitely the most complex. We're going to dive into the BGA and all of those units that it has there. Even dumping at the BGA was a new experience for me. So come join me in part 5 when we look at the production of Sherwood Park Farm's BGA.